Hi guys, my name is Steven. I'd like to welcome you back to my calibration channel. Let's do some housekeeping right away. People have written in expressing concern that I had to fire my entire legal defense team, Carl and Maddie, because that's what corporate said I had to do. Well, the good news is I've been able to rehire them as contractors with new job descriptions. So now they're called Corporate Leverage Acquisition Experts. On their behalf, I welcome you back to my channel. Normally, I love to talk about measurement science or quality engineering stuff because that's just what I like to talk about. I'm fascinated by it. Today, I want to talk about a slightly different topic. The authority that I apply to my videos is that I have 30 years experience in the pharma industry. 2 of those years I spent going to school at night to get an MBA. So that's the basis for my so-called expertise on ROI, or return on investment. But I have to confess right away, I'm not perfect on this topic. The best way to demonstrate that is to confess that last Friday night I went onto Netflix and for $3.99 I rented a copy of Backdraft, even though I'd already seen it. Now with that confession out of the way, let's get into ROI. My theme is that when you hear someone slinging that acronym around, you need to be skeptical. And I'm going to demonstrate why in only 3 slides. So I hope you'll stick with me. Here's slide 1. This is a very simple business arrangement. It's pretty straightforward to figure out the ROI. All of the costs of production have to be realized in the sale of only one product. So if you take your sales and create a ratio with them in the numerator and all your costs in the denominator, you'd better come up with a number bigger than 1 or you've got a serious problem. If your number is larger than 1, you have profit. Now, in these circumstances, someone may come to you and say, I know how you make product A, and if you'll buy my software, my services, or my hardware, you're going to see an increase in your ROI. Well, maybe that's true. But even in this very simple set of circumstances, I'd have 1 or 2 questions, like, Firm 1 is a privately held corporation. How'd you get your production costs so you could calculate an ROI for me? Okay, for the next stage, I'm only going to add 1 element to the schematic, but you're going to be able to see how the addition of that 1 element makes the ROI situation quite a bit more complex. Here's schematic 2. We have the same company, but instead of making 1 product, it's making 2 products. Now in this situation, let's suppose the company gets a bill for electricity. The cost for that electricity has to be shared between these 2 products. There's no other place for it to go. Now let's say you just arbitrarily split it down the middle. Well, in addition, let's say that product A only uses 65% of the amount of electricity required by product B for them to make their products. If you split the cost down the middle, what you just did was make product B look better than it is and make product A look worse than it is. Now, in this circumstance, if a salesman comes to you and says, I know how you make product A, I can increase your ROI, you can see that your chances of knowing what your actual ROI is in this situation, so you can judge their claims, just got a whole lot worse than it was just a few minutes ago. The same challenge applies to all the fixed costs and the variable costs for your business. How do you divide them between your products? The chances for miscalculations, politics, or agendas just got quite a bit richer. Let's talk about politics. Suppose your current CEO joined the company 12 years ago when you first started making product A. The CEO started in the company as a mechanic, working on the production line for product A. He treasures his memory of being an hourly and making this product. He loves product A. He loves it to this day. He's always kind of been prejudiced against product B. Now, in those circumstances, can't you see that it would be quite likely that some of the costs of product A drift over towards product B? Yeah, I think it's quite likely. Here's a corollary. Suppose you're a financial analyst. You have to go to the CEO and tell him, look, product A looks a lot better than it is. It's a dog. The winner here is really product B because it's taking on a lot more costs than it deserves, and yet it's still making a profit. We need to shut off product A or seriously cut back on it. Now, I think you'd think twice before you delivered your message to this particular CEO. So I think you can see where I'm going with my idea. So I'm only going to take it up one more level of complexity. Here's what looks like a schematic for a very large national or maybe even an international, multinational corporation. There's a large corporate function over here on the left. It's running the business of divisions. Now these divisions may not even be on the same continent with each other. This business may put out hundreds, if not thousands of products. In addition, some of these divisions might have been the leftovers from a previously completely independent company that was bought up by the corporate function. Now, these people, when they're grafted onto your current corporate culture, may carry a bunch of resentments about the fact that they used to be independent and got sucked up by your company. That's just one of the additional factors that could complicate finding out what's the true ROI for any one of your products. Now, I'm not saying don't talk to vendors. I'm not saying don't listen to anybody who uses this phrase. I'd just say be skeptical. You can learn a lot from talking to vendors, but you got to be careful because they want to vend. In other words, they want to sell you something. Sometimes their mentioning of ROI over here distracts you from a weakness in their approach over here. So I'm just saying be careful. I hope you liked this video. I'm enjoying making these because LinkedIn has a 10-minute time limit on videos. So no matter how excited I get about a topic, I can't go too far off the rails before the timer clicks and I'm done. In any case, on behalf of my corporate team, thank you for paying attention to this video, and I invite you to stick around for more. Thanks.